base, and 129-23, the discussion on the percentage growth rate to fully fund the pension trust and impact on the city budget. At the start of the meeting, I am joined by Councilors Lipoff, Oliver, Albright, Markowitz, Crossley, Greenberg, Humphrey, Kalis, Kelly, Krinsman, Laredo, Lipoff, Lucas, Maliki, Ryan, Wright, Baker, and Noel. I'm going to put those two items before us collectively, because I think the discussion obviously goes right together with our discussion on the retiree COLA base. The first thing I want to do, just want to see if school committee member Bresky is here. He is I'd like to ask for a motion to allow school committee member Chris Bresky, who has been helpful to the council in understanding these issues, to join us. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Councilor Krinsman. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, so if we could promote Mr. Bresky, please. I also see, just looking quickly over at the attendees, that we have been joined by a number of members of the retirement board. So I think what I would like to do is just first turn this over to President Albright to give us an update. She had provided a letter to the council. I want to let her speak to that first. And then after that, I would like to invite, perhaps the chair of the retirement board would be the appropriate person to turn it over to invite the retirement board to add any commentary after President Albright has a chance to speak. So go ahead.
Okay, thank
President
you.
Albright.
Should we promote the members of the retirement board to
Sure.
panel? Yeah.
Sure.
So that would be Kelly Byrne and Tom Lopez and
I see Tony Legalbo.
Steve
Oh,
Curley.
Steve Curley. And then Barbara O'Brien is here as well. So I think we should probably also promote Ms. O'Brien.
Okay, good. So the retirement board met this Tuesday, and I'm not going to read I hope you all had a chance to read the memo that I wrote to you all about the meeting. I'll just summarize by saying that the retirement, and I hope you also had a chance to look at the valuation report that was done by Kathleen Riley from Siegel, where she did include our 5.5 with 4 COLA increments in her assessment. The retirement board, however, chose to stick with the 6.6% with 3 COLAs as their request to us. And they felt the 6.2% did not give them the margin of safety that they felt comfortable with. And the 5.5% didn't fund the pension trust in FY32, which again is this comfort level of safety that they're looking for. They did meet a vote, they had a straw vote because they can't vote on the whole, on the change until we actually do one thing or another. But the straw vote of the retirement board indicated that they would stick with the 6.6% increase and with 3% COLAs, but that if we turn down the 3 incremental COLAs, they would stick with the 9.6% growth rate. So that's, I think, a summary, and Tom Lopez can perhaps fill in anything that I might have missed.
Thank you. And Chair Lopez, thank you for joining us. Welcome to your colleagues on the retirement board. If you would like to comment further, this would be a great moment to do so. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me. So just to summarize, I think President Albright summarized pretty much the tone and tenor. The board really would like to get this funded as quickly as possible. He is dealing with as well. We feel with a combination of meeting both those objectives, we feel that the plan that we put forward to the council sets forth the path that we're comfortable with at this moment. And I think one of the other things that We have, and really hasn't been talked about a lot, because there is, and Kathy Riley touched on it quite a bit the other meeting, is we have an unrealized loss of about $26 million right now that we're going to have to deal with somehow, some way. We're in hopes of, as we stretch this out to 2032, that we will see some real unrealized gains, better returns in the market to offset that. But there are a lot of extenuating factors that are concerning us. One is the economy. Two is this discussion at Washington about the debt ceiling that could have a negative impact in the market, and further factors that we don't foresee. Inflation, we could end up in a recession where the market could end up making that problem even worse. And if we keep kicking that down the road and we don't deal with that, Kathy Riley estimates at the end of this, it's close to about a $50 million realized loss. So we need to deal with that as well. So by keeping the buffer that we have, we feel that we have the room and the opportunity to meet some of the city's needs by lowering the rate to 6.6, getting the system funded so that the city can deal with the OPEB and our retirees can feel comfortable with the system's funded, and give us the flexibility to deal with what we do. And we look at this on a year-to-year basis, and we make adjustments on a year-to-year. So that's really the tone and tenor of where the board is right now.
Madam Chair, may I just add one thing that
Sure.
I did mention in the memo, and I want to make sure that it is in the record of this meeting. So what our group that was working on this was really looking for was a sustainable rate of growth that allowed the pension to be funded in a reasonable period of time and allowed the city to be able to fund its own services and the school services. So my recommendation, my strong recommendation, is that the council in 3 years, 4 years from now, when the pension trust is funded at a better rate, come back to this topic again and revisit it, and see if at that time, when more of the pension fund has been funded, we have a better sense of what the future has brought, what these next 3 years will bring. And if it goes well, then it seems like it would be a good idea for the council at the time to revisit this and once again ask for a more sustainable level of rate of growth.
Okay, thank you both. Councillor Lipoff.
I think you're muted, Councillor Lipoff.
Yeah, you need to unmute.
Well, I think that's a first. Thank you. Sorry about that. Tom, I just want to say, when we came to the table the first time, after being told by some that no way would this ever happen, a change in payment schedule, the first thing you said was, we will listen, we will consider, our ears and minds are open. And that's exactly what you did. You were a man of your word. We did not get all that some of us wanted, but we got something. We got something better for the city. And it's because you and the board are being a team player, not just being myopic with what you have, a task in hand in front of you, but thinking of being a member of the city as a whole. And I thank you for the way that you interacted with us and with the outcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. We want to be considered a team player. We have it's a big part of the city overall. And I can speak for everybody on the board. We take it very serious, and we do look at it diligently, and we put a lot of effort into making the best decisions, not only just for the members, but for the city as a whole. And we feel that right now that's where we're at. Thank you, though, for your words. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, everybody. We don't have any hands up, so I want to ask if there are comments or questions or a motion. And I think if there were to be a motion, we should start with 136-23 first. Councillor Humphrey.
I was just going to move approval.
Okay, motion to approve by Councillor Humphrey. And that's to, okay, let's just make 100% sure we're crystal clear on the approval. So the language that we have before us, Madam Clerk, I just want to double check this does reflect exactly the recommendation that the retirement board voted. Yes?
You're looking at the COLA in 136-23?
Right. So I
request to
guess
increase-
essentially all we're really approving is those three increases, the 12 to 12,000 in year one, 13,000 in year two. Oh, excuse
Yes.
me, 13,000 in year one, 14,000 in year two, 15,000 in year three.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Do we have any discussion on Counselor Humphrey's motion? Okay, seeing none. Madam Clerk, would you like hands raised?
Hands raised would be fine tonight. I have everyone accounted for.
Okay, in that case, all those in favor, if you could please raise your virtual hand. Just leave them up for a second. Just let me know when you're ready, Madam Clerk.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, oh, I think we just got one more hand from,
Oh,
oh, sorry, now the squares are all moving around. I saw a hand go up at the end from
Counselor
Counselor
Bowman.
Bowman.
Counselor Bowman is an aye, a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then everybody, if you could lower your hands, please.
Could you add me as a yes, please? I'm on my phone here. Counselor
Sure.
Lorraine.
An aye from Counselor Laredo.
Thank you.
Okay, now any no votes, please, if you could raise your virtual hand. I suspect we have one or two that just didn't realize we're voting.
Yes, I think for the next item, I'll do a quick roll call, but Counselor Kelly, are you available?
Maybe Crossley as well.
I believe she had her hand up. I saw her hand.
I
It's-
did.
Yeah.
I had
know
my-
that, I know that,
Okay.
I think Councilor Markowitz is here. I know that Councilor Gentile was unavailable until about 8 o'clock. So he's probably not on yet or not raising his hand.
And then, okay, so we don't have any no votes. Do we have any abstentions? Okay, and then last call for anybody who missed the vote and wants to add their voice as a yes, a no, or an abstention, now's the time. And then Madam Clerk, if you could just read out the final vote there.
It is unanimous, 23 yeas, 0 nays.
Okay. Very good. Then we have 129-23, which is our discussion item. Up to you all, if you want to hold it just to keep it on the docket, or if we are ready to NAN it at this point.
I would make a motion to NAN at this time.
Okay, motion to NAN from Counselor Lipoff. Any discussion on that? Can we do this one on a voice vote, Madam Clerk? Okay.
Yes.
All those in favor of NAN, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any noes? Any abstentions? Okay, so we have a unanimous vote of NAN on our second item, and that concludes our business. I really appreciate everyone making the time to come tonight, and I certainly appreciate the tremendous amount of hard work that has gone in to this item by so many parties on the screen. A special thanks again to our retirement board for joining us and for all the hard work that you do. We're very grateful. Councillor Califf, did you want to add something?
Madam Chair, is there a way that we can, prolong the discussion maybe for another 3 hours?
I know, I feel like I got all dressed up for nothing.
Only if Counselor Kalis is actually wearing pants.
Don't worry, everyone. We
being
will make
recorded.
up for we will make up for tonight's short meeting with some very long nights next week. So I hope you're all looking forward to seeing a lot of one another. I will see you on
And
Tuesday
perhaps we'll all
evening.
wear shorts to that. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
All right.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
job,
all.
everyone.
Not all.
Bye.